Okay everyone, welcome back to The Long Dark. This is part 2 of my kind of walk with me kind of series is what I'm calling it. So we're going to continue the trek that we started in the last video. So in the last video we came across from my base in Panton Town back to my main base here in Camp Office. A day or so has passed while I've just been sorting myself out, and we are now ready to move on. So we're going to head for Transfer Pass in the Far Territories. That's our ultimate goal. We'll see if we can get there in this video. I'm hoping we can. That's kind of my plan anyway. I'm going to eat some food before we go and drink some water. So you can see I'm a little bit overweight, but I've got all the key things with me that I need. Bedroll. I've only got one cooking pot because I am slightly over. I've got my revolver, plenty of ammunition. Oh, I've got 2 flare shells I don't need. Let's get rid of those. Missed that. Probably don't need 2 of those either. So she saved a little bit more weight there. So we've got a cooking pot, we've got bedroll, we've got some fishing supplies, we've got firewood, fire starting materials. They're kind of the key things. We've got some medical supplies. I haven't actually got any bandages, but I've got some cloth, so that's fine. We can sort that out later. And we've got food to get us going. That should not make us smelly. We should be fine carrying that one piece. Obviously we have a slight sprain risk because we're slightly over encumbered, but not too bad. So I think we're in good condition. We've got the crampons on anyway, so we've got the sure-footed bonus. So we're going to get going. It is midday, so I'm sort of hoping that we can get across the Muskeg. That's my plan for this day. If we can get out of here and across the Muskeg. Well, the weather's looking pretty good. I'm not going to hesitate too much to get rid of wolves. To be honest, if I need to shoot, I'll shoot. It's one of these situations where I can't really skirt around them because there's nowhere to skirt. And I don't really want to have to go double back and wait, so keep moving. We've got some snow coming down here, which probably means we're going to go blizzard, but that's actually okay. As you can see from the temperature in the bottom left, I had to think far too much then, which was left and right. The bottom left, you can see that we're not going cold at all. My strategy has always been slow, steady, and warm. That has always been how I do it. Some people will play this kind of fairly lightly loaded, lightly clothed, and fast, so they can move quickly. Sprint for longer distances and whatever else. I tend to plod, so I will load myself up with the warmest clothing I possibly can, and just steadily and slowly make my way across the world. So as you can see, I'm not freezing at all. Temperature's not dropping. Obviously that will change if things get really cold. We will start to lose temperature, but I tend to find I can get much further with this kind of approach than if I sort of more lightly loaded myself. I actually remember back in the very early days of this, some of the people that I used to watch play The Long Dark used to take their clothes off and things like that, sleeping and things to reduce the wear on them and stuff like that. I've never bothered doing any of that rubbish. I just repair things. That's something else that I do. Slow, steady plodding, very warm, and just keep repairing. Get the best quality clothing you can find, the high level stuff, and just keep repairing it. That's what I tend to do. So I have got a sewing kit. That's probably something I should have done before I set off, actually, was just make use of those wolf skins and hides and pelts and things just to repair some of my clothing. But never mind. We've left now, so we won't worry too much about it. So bye-bye, Mystery Lake, and hello, Forlorn Muskeg. Let's get through here. Okay, so we're on Forlorn Muskeg. We are literally just crossing the Muskeg. We're not going to veer off too far to the left or the right, and we're going to try and avoid camping on here if we can. Obviously, we've got the rail cars, which are part way across this path across the Muskeg. However, there's a bear that likes to wander around near those rail cars, and I actually, in my last playthrough, I got mauled by that bear through the wall of the rail car. So that was obviously a glitch, but it's quite an annoying one because I thought I was safe in the rail car with a fire burning in the doorway. I didn't think it could get me, but it got me through the wall. So clearly a glitch, but I don't know whether it's been fixed. I don't really want to take that risk, to be honest. I'd rather that we get past and get through and get out the other side, but we could already see visibility's dropping. It's not too much of a problem, as I said before, because we're just going to follow the rail tracks, so it doesn't matter too much if we lose visibility, as long as we can still see the rail lines in front of us and we can stay vaguely on this path. One thing I will say is, as I said in the first video here, it has been a while since I played The Long Dark. It's just to give you a bit of chronology, because I don't sort of fake it and make it up and whatever, you know. I filmed the first part of this video on the 1st of October. Today's the 2nd of October, so I'm doing them 2 days apart, or two consecutive days. Prior to that, I hadn't played The Long Dark for about 2 months, so I am a bit rusty. One thing I'm a bit rusty on is spotting hazards. So I don't want to think something's a rock and it turned out to be a bear. That'll be embarrassing. Because the bear does linger along these rail tracks. You've got to be careful. As well as wolves. The Muskeg is a bit of a dangerous region. So I don't tend to spend too much time here, to be honest. Okay, we'll quickly duck into the rail car. I think it's the entrance is on this side, isn't it? We'll quickly duck in, just have a quick look and see if I left anything. I may have left an emergency. Ooh, fuse. Okay, well, we'll leave it there. Ooh, wires. Okay, so these are all things that are needed for the... No, I stripped it out. These are all things, because I've obviously been through here twice already. These are all things that are needed for the tail, where we need to repair all the transmitters. So I'll leave them there and we can come to them later. Let's just skirt across so I get a better view. There's the bear. There's the bear. Okay, so I knew it was going to be around, so hopefully we can skirt past it. Now when I came back the other way, so when I came back from the far territories last time, I got caught in a bit of a pincer movement between that bear and a wolf. I think I only just snuck through. I really don't want to aggro the bear, because that would be a bad day. Let's go for a sprint. This is one of those where the best strategy is just to sprint, don't look, just keep on running, and hope. Rather close, but he's not walking towards us, so he's not clocked us, so we should be okay. We should be clear. I'm not wearing my watch with my heart rate monitor, but I have a feeling it'll be peaking right now if I was. Okay, so we're clear of that. That's the biggest hazard on this crossing, so hopefully we should get to the other side without too much drama. Okay, so the drama is ramping up, as you can see. We haven't quite made it to the other side before the blizzard has hit. Which is a bit annoying in itself, but the fact that we've got a headwind just makes it even more annoying, because it's just slowing us down. Okay, so again, we should be okay in terms of making sure we get across, because we can just follow, again, the rail line. And we should be fine, because we're relatively close to the end. And there's... predators don't tend to come out when the weather's like this. Ooh, have I backed myself into an awkward spot here? Can I get through there? Oh, heck. Oh, we're going to have to do some ducking. Hang on. Bit annoying, but there we are, we're through. Some odds and sods on this side. Let's say we're relatively close to the far end, so I'm getting a bit of speed up now, just sheltering myself with these rail cars. And the advantage is that predators don't come out, or typically don't come out, in a blizzard, in a full-on whiteout, so we should be okay. The only thing that we've got to worry a little bit about is how we're going to shelter ourselves. We're heading towards night time. Okay, we're now getting a little bit chillier because we're out from the shelter. Okay. We've got to get ourselves into the tunnel. But obviously we're going to be a bit stuck for shelter on the other side. So we'll go through. Here we are. We are going to struggle for shelter. We can get ourselves in here. So that's okay. I'm thinking that our best bet at this point... Oh. Okay. Well, you can see that I've been here before.
I'm starving.
But I can't put my bedroll down. It won't let me. I'm assuming... There we are. We've managed it. Be very careful here. Okay, so I'm just going to put my gun away so I don't want to accidentally shoot the floor. We can use our bedroll and we'll just do an hour's sleep. So when we're sleeping in these kind of conditions, we want to use short sleep bursts. Because if the weather changes dramatically, at least that way we're not going to end up with a problem. We'll do another short one. So with the bedroll warmth bonus, we're gaining a little bit of warmth, and we're passing some time, or we're losing heat slower is probably a better way of putting it. I mean, I could light a fire or relight that one over there, but I think it would probably blow out, to be honest, if I did that. Okay. We are actually getting pretty cold standing there. I'm going to come over this way a bit. Can I get a fire lit in this little nook? No. That's going to be, it's too windy. See, this is always the nightmare kind of scenario, isn't it? Okay. Pick that up because we can't use that there. This is always the nightmare kind of scenario when you go trying to trek anywhere, is that something like this is going to happen and you're going to be stuck somewhere where you can't light a fire because of the wind. It's literally just blowing straight down this tunnel. I'm wondering if a better bet might be if we come this way. Oh, darn it. I think the weather is improving. In fact it is, look, because we're now warming up standing here, whereas before we weren't. So if we just pass time now for an hour. Okay, well we're going cold again, but the blizzard has cleared. The blizzard has cleared, so we are getting cold, but that's fine. It's not happening too quickly. The blizzard has cleared and we can see where we're going. So I think we got away with that one. We are cold. In fact, no, we're now warming up again, so that's good. So got some snow remnants, so hopefully it won't blizzard again. It shouldn't. So that's not how it works. But we're heading into the darkness now, which obviously makes things even more difficult as we head across Broken Railroad. So Broken Railroad is where the pathway to the Far Territories is. So So you have to cross Broken Railroad to get to the Far Territories. So we need to make our way over to the other side. And I'm still trying to decide what to do here. Whether to head into Broken Railroad and sort of rest properly in Broken Railroad, or whether to just head straight into the Far Territories, into the tunnel, and rest in there. And I am leaning towards resting in the tunnel. So getting on the pathway and getting ourselves off towards Transfer Pass. Because there isn't really any need for us to come into Broken Railroad. I've been in the rail maintenance yard a couple of times. I've already stripped it out. There is resources in there, but because we're already pretty much at our max carry weight, there isn't really much that we can take, really. There's not very much more that we can pick up. I think there was a quicker way of doing that. Okay, I want to be a little bit careful with my energy uses. I suppose I've got options now at this point. This is kind of the secret to surviving. It's sort of longer term in the long dark. It's plan every move you're going to make. Whenever you're going to do a trek or a journey, plan it in stages and decide what you're going to do. Make the stage that you're going to do realistic and wait for the right weather. And make sure you are prepared in case it does go wrong and you have a back out plan. So you've got options to kind of get yourself out. So this is probably one of the longer treks that I will do. Normally, if I'm traversing between regions, I will sort of plan to travel between known locations and stop off. Even if I could potentially have pressed on a bit further, I won't do it. I'll stop, wait, make sure that we're fully up to speed and we're fully ready, we're rested and everything else, then we'll crack on.
Sure getting cold.
So this is probably one of the longer little pushes that I do. Okay, so we have a couple of roadblocks, as you know. So I shall keep on trekking and I'll join you when we get to our destination. Okay, so we are at the crossroads. So down to the right is the rail maintenance yard. So that's where the big area here is. So that's the rail maintenance yard down there. The way to the Far Territories, if you don't know, is this way. So we're going to head this way.
The sun is setting. It's going to get a lot colder soon.
Yeah, and we are about to sort of start heading towards hypothermia. But we should be alright. We should be able to get to the tunnel. You can see the tunnel. There it is up ahead. It's on the other side of the bridge. So if we can get to that tunnel, we should be all good. Just need to keep a bit of a watchful eye out for wolves. I've already had to get rid of some. I literally just fired a warning shot and they ran scared, so always a bonus. I've already been in here and stripped that one out. So there's the tunnel that leads to the Far Territories, so we need to get across the bridge. The bridge is a bit of a safety net, if you like, because it is a broken bridge. So predators can't cross it. So we are all good now. Predators cannot get across to us. The run to the Far Territories is actually pretty safe. It's a there's only a couple of places where there are some wolves. For the most part, it's actually fairly safe. It's a relatively safe trek. Although, I don't know if that would apply if there was an aurora. So, there's a couple of areas in here where it looks like there's cables and things where it wouldn't be very safe to be if there was an aurora. So we'll keep that in mind. I don't know, because I've never tried it, but hopefully the temperature should improve once we get properly into this tunnel. Yes, there we go. So what I think I'm going to do before we carry on down the far range branch line, we're going to sleep through tonight here. Which will obviously get us through until tomorrow morning. So I shall see you tomorrow morning. Or I shall see you now, because exactly what I just said has come to pass. We actually have an active aurora. So we've got some lights down here. I think I'm still going to sleep because I'm pretty tired. I've got a bit of strength in me. I might pick this up and we'll go for a little wander. I did pick it up, didn't I? I've done embarrassing things before with bedrolls. Right, I want to keep an eye on things on the ground. So you can see the Far Harbour branch line. We've got broken carriages that we need to get round. Just need to be a little bit cautious of any cables lying on the floor, that they're not sparking or anything like that. There's nothing. Okay, these lights are not on, which is interesting. Those ones are working, these ones are not. So maybe the deeper you go in, oh no, we've got some more working around the corner. So these are obviously only live in an aurora. As we come down here, there's like a little office that we sort of drop down to, and that's the area I think would be quite dangerous in an aurora. It kind of looks like a great place to set up a camp, that you could set a bed up and things in there. But I actually think it'd be pretty dangerous in an aurora. Dead dude there. Just, I don't know. The music, the sound, everything else just makes me immediately think of Ravenholm in Half-Life 2. And I'm in the perfect nightmare for playing Ravenholm. Right now in my living room, I haven't got the lights on, it's pitch black. I'm wearing headphones, so I have stereo audio going straight to my ears. Exactly what you don't want to play Ravenholm. Right, okay, so here we are at a bit of a dead end. So this is where we have to divert down this tunnel. So this is where I think things might be a little bit dangerous in an aurora. At the moment, it does look okay. I think the little office... Oh, okay. See, I kind of assumed that this would be an extremely dangerous place, because you can see all the cables and things hanging down. But actually, it seems okay. Because this is somewhere I've always kind of thought would be good as a little base whilst you're here. But I've always been very doubtful about using it in case of aurora. But it seems okay, actually, strangely. So, I'm going to see if I can actually, well, I'll say it seems okay, apart from the fact you actually can't get the bedroll down on the floor anywhere. Okay, scratch that, we'll have to do it in the corridor. Well, we'll carry on through, I'll just show you the next little bit. So, there's actually two different routes you can take here. So that doorway is the kind of the primary way down. So that drops you out at the bottom of the next little section. This one is initially a one-way door, so you can't get through it this way. Or you need a pry bar. I can't remember if you have to come that way or if you need the pry bar, and if you have a pry bar you can open it either way. But you can see there, this exits onto the top of a bridge. So this is up above where we just were. This is one of the areas where there's some deer. I don't think there's any wolves. That's a pretty spectacular view. So we might as well just duck out and have a quick peek. You can see there's a rope we need to go down, which kind of precludes us using this route because I don't actually have... I am slightly encumbered, so you can see down there is the little valley, the first little valley on our pathway. Trying to fall off the edge. Waterfall. So the other doorway brings you out down there, and you have some little sort of climbing things to go down, which is actually the route we're going to have to take since I am slightly encumbered. But you can see there's two different ways you can come here. That doesn't initially have a rope on it. You have to deploy a rope to be able to use it, so you have to access it from this side. So yes, I think you do just need a pry bar to open this. But you've got this locomotive, railcar, caboose, whatever it is, up here. I don't think there's anything interesting in it, if I recall. There's nothing in here of any interest at all, really. It's not a warm location. I think I found a few little odds and ends in here, but nothing spectacular. Can't even get up there to have a look at the view. So, pretty spectacular, ain't it? This is the Long Dark in Aurora mode. Okay, so I'm going to sleep through the night. We'll get through to tomorrow morning, and then we'll crack on down the far territories, down to Transfer Pass. Okay, so welcome to the following morning here in Transfer Pass, and the good news is, because I ate that meat that I had with me and drank water, I've actually lost my sprain risk. I'm now down below that point, so we can actually use the rope. So we're going to do that. You can see it's quite cold, but that's fine, because we're actually going to go back into a cave in a minute. So we're going to take a bit of a deviation off the Far Harbour branch line. As you can see, we can't get through this little section. It's blocked, so we're going to go down, go round and come back up again. So we're going to use the rope, since it's here. Just saves us some backtracking, going down those stairs. It is quite a long rope, so you need to be well rested if you're coming back up. It's not so much of a problem when you're coming down. Down here, you can see there's quite a lot of resources here that I've not gathered. You can see remnants of my past runs through here. I haven't. There's rose hips and all sorts of things there. There's actually rabbits and deer down in this little section as well. And I don't think there's any predators. I'm sure there's deer down here, you know. There's definitely rabbits, but I don't think there's any predators. So this actually isn't a bad little place just to base yourself for a little bit. I don't think you'd be able to survive here long term, but certainly if you mind spending a little bit of time, you'd probably be alright. So we're going to head into the cave. So, the depths of the cave. Plate layer shortcut is what this is called. My memory is actually a bit fuzzy about this section. I can't really remember what's in here or what we might need to do or where we need to go. But one thing I can say for relatively sure, is there anything... Oh yes. Well, let's get ourselves a storm lantern lit so we can see what we're doing. It's just some kind of odd little routes and shortcuts and things. Some sections are a little bit dark, but we're fine, we can see what we're doing. So my memory of this bit is a little bit hazy. It's just trying to remember. I think as the Long Dark has developed, these cave systems are kind of quite commonly used as a transition between areas, and quite often they have started to get more and more complicated. You can see the little camp down there that we've managed to bypass, as it seems. That was actually a snow shelter, I think. It's just a pile of sticks. Or it may be I left that pile of sticks there. That's entirely possible. Probably did, actually. So far I haven't had to light a fire on this route. Water wise I've had enough to make it through. So obviously once we get to Transfer Pass, we can start thinking about resupplying ourselves with water and things like that. Pretty sure we want to be going up here. Yeah, there's the exit. Okay, turn that off now. Let's not waste fuel. Don't want to waste resources. So we'll pop out this end. And this puts us back out into the wilderness again. So we need to head back up until we see the rail line. There it is. Again, you can see there's all sorts of resources here I've not particularly gathered, because I haven't needed to so far. So I'm going to leave them in place and I'll grab them again later if I need them. I tend to sort of strip reishi mushrooms, rose hips and things from areas that I'm in. That on the kind of traversal sections, the transition areas, I tend to leave them. And then if I'm on a trek between two locations and I find myself in a real pinch, they are there. Rock formation. Okay, we're approaching a section where I think we have got some wolves. And say the Far Harbour branch is relatively safe. There's not too many nasty surprises on this route, but there are one or two little areas where you just need to be a little bit careful. One of them is where we see some red box cars. There they are. There are actually some wolves that patrol around this area. It is a potentially good stop-off point. I think there's only one wolf. There might be two. Obviously, if you can take them out, you know they're not going to respawn for a few days, so you can sort of safely stay in the area if you've taken them out. So you've got the boxcars over there, and obviously the risk of wolves being around. There's a little clearing area. I'm not going to bother going over to them because I've already been in them. So I know there's nothing in there because I've already stripped them out. I'm not going to bother. We're going to swing on by. Again, we've got pretty good travelling weather here. We're a little bit cold. We are losing temperature. That's one slight downside, but it's clear at least, and we can see where we're going. And we can see what's potentially going to sneak up on us. Ooh, there we go. Benefits of wearing a wolfskin overcoat. They run away sometimes. Wolfskin overcoat and carrying a revolver increases the odds of them running away. You can see all of the torches that I've left behind. This was a tactic that I was using at one point that I'm not using at this stage because I've got better clothing. I don't really need to do it. That I was using that, and I didn't have a revolver either. So I was using that as my wolf scaring tactic, which is that you have a torch. Obviously that does keep you warm. And also, if you throw it on the ground between you and a wolf and then get a stone out or something like that, the wolf will flee. It causes the wolf to do exactly what it just did. As you can see, I don't really need to do it anymore because I've got a revolver, so that tends to cause a flee anyway. Or I've got enough ammunition that in a pinch I can shoot the wolf. It's not really a problem. And my clothing is better, so I don't get cold as quickly, so I get away with it. But the tactic that I used to do, and you can see why I've got so many torches lying on the floor, is again resource preservation. I would light the torch from the campfire before I set off, so I'd have a campfire going before it set off. Usually drink some coffee or something like that, which to be fair is a tactic I probably still need to be doing. Let's get this storm lantern lit so we can actually see what we're doing. This section is pretty dark, and even the storm lantern doesn't really help you. As you can see, the glare from the storm lantern is actually quite annoying. But what I used to do is I'd light a fire before I started, drink something hot like coffee or something like that, which I probably should do anyway, but I haven't. That helps get you warm, also sort of helps with fatigue. And then light a torch, or take a torch from that campfire. Have loads of torches already stockpiled that you've taken from campfires. Whenever you light a campfire, if you've got any time left at the end of it, grab a torch from it and just immediately extinguish the torch. And then you build up a stockpile of torches pretty quickly for free. And then what you do is you just, when the torch that you're holding is about to run out, you just chuck it on the floor and light the next one from it. And if you sort of are clever enough with that, and you get the, make sure that you're fast enough with it, you essentially have perpetual light and heat, perpetual torch the entire way back. You don't need to light a torch with a match or anything like that, so you've used one match, made one campfire, and you can have torches the entire way back home. And they will help with the cold a little bit, and they'll also offer a protection against predators. Well, wolves. Won't help you against a bear, but it will help you against a wolf. Okay, so this section, as you can see, is pretty dark. This is one of those scary bits. It's actually better with a torch. You don't get this horrible glare with a torch that you do with the Storm Lantern. But you can see we're getting close to the end. You can see the light. In fact, I could probably get rid... Ooh. Wasn't fast enough. So, here we are. This is Transfer Pass. So you can see how easy that route actually is. It didn't really take us that long to traverse it. If I hadn't carried on, I mean, I literally went from Mystery Lake across Flaw Muskeg. We obviously had that little pit pause that we had to do in Broken Railroad. We then carried straight on into the Far Harbour branch line. We did do an overnight there, and then we carried on. If I'd have done my overnight in Broken Railroad, we could easily have done this in a day and made it to Transfer Pass. So we'll go into Transfer Pass. I'll quick show you around Transfer Pass and what I've. Figure out what I left here. I can't really remember. It's been a while. Now, Transfer Pass, I am relatively sure, is wolf free, or certainly was, or if there are wolves here, there are not very many. So it's relatively safe, I think. I have never encountered a wolf in Transfer Pass. So because I've just said that, 20 will now leap out at me. No, I've never encountered a wolf in Transfer Pass, so I don't think there are any. I might be wrong. It may be that I've just never been to an end where they happen to be, but I don't think there are any. There's a cave over there. Just see it there. I don't think there are any wolves in Transfer Pass. Certainly not at the moment, anyway. We shall see. Because that's always a funny one, because on the loading screen for the Long Dark, you see a picture of Transfer Pass, the area we're coming up to now with that water tower, with a wolf walking over it, but I've never encountered a wolf there. Or anywhere else in this region, if I'm being totally honest. There's a stag. Obviously there's been a few balance updates since I last came here, so that could have been that I just had a bug that meant I had no wolves, and now there will be wolves. I don't know. We'll find out. So, Transfer Pass is a relatively small region. It is literally intended to be a hub for getting to the other regions in this area. So, Forsaken Airfield's off that way, up there. That's where Forsaken Airfield is. I don't know where the mine's going to be, but I suspect it's probably going to be sort of that way. There's a few little kind of overlook areas or places where I think it's obvious there's going to be a transition. But at the moment there's nothing there, so we'll have to wait and see where the mine is. But I think it's going to be that way somewhere. Logic would dictate that a road or this railway is going to go to it. So here we are. This is the vacant depot, so this is pretty empty. We have this little station building here. I'm going to put that away. Let's go inside. This is, obviously you can see, not a full indoor location. Pretty warm. I left quite a lot of stuff here by the looks of things. Lots of cattails because I now have the fire starting up to level 5, so I don't actually need tinder. Is that all I left? I thought I'd left more. Okay. I thought I'd left some other stuff. Some charcoal, some revolving casings, a hunting knife, a scarf, a book. Oh, I'm actually a bit disappointed there, actually. I thought I'd left a bit more. Oh well, never mind. So this is the little sort of station building. If we come out here, there is actually a secret little place. I'm just not sure how to get. I think there is actually a secret little place which I have heard tale of, but never actually gone into myself. So while we're here, let's go and have a look. Oh, hopefully we can get up here. Yeah, we can. Excellent. Get my gun back out again. Okay, so we got this coal chute. I believe... Yes, you can actually drop into this. Which I never realised. I never realised you could get in here. And then you've got this little hut at the other end. Apparently, this is somewhere where you can actually get some quite high level loot. I think because it's now nearly 300 days in, and I came here quite a long time ago originally, I think whatever loot was in here has probably ruined, and I no longer have it. It's a torch. But it is a nice little safe location. I don't think I can climb down that ladder, so I don't actually know how to get out. I assume I can. Can I get back down there and get out that way? Or do I just have to take a... Do I just have to jump and accept I'm going to hurt myself? How do I actually get back down? Can I get back down that way? Anyway, this was a little bit of a side shoot. So, now you know, if you didn't already, how to get to Transfer Pass down the Far Harbour branch line. I don't think I can get back up there. So I think I just have to jump off and risk breaking a leg. Oh well, never mind. Well, we'll just do that then. We'll just jump off and break a limb. Oh! Oh, lots of limbs. Oh my goodness. Okay. Right. That didn't go to plan. At all. Oh, ow. That seems... There's got to be another way of getting down from there. That was further than I realised, I'm not going to lie. There has to be another way of doing that. Oh, the gung-ho approach was not the best one, I don't think. Ow, let's get ourselves in here. So, now you know, anyway, now I've nearly killed myself, now you know how to get to Transfer Pass if you didn't already know. I'm hoping if I just sleep I can fix that without needing anything. Let's take some... I've got painkillers. I'm going to take some painkillers at least then. Oh, I've got to pick the right one as well, haven't you? There we go. This is something that's a tad unrealistic, because in reality it would fix both of them, but anyway. So now you know how to get to Transfer Pass. So we're here in Transfer Pass, so thank you for joining me for my little walk. Hopefully, when the mine region launches, you can come and explore it with me, and we can probably get killed by something vicious. But we'll see what happens. I mean, what day are we on? We're nearly 300 days into this run. This run was, 288. I think this run was created originally just to test out Forsaken Airfield in Stalker. So if it all goes south and we don't survive the mines, I won't be too disappointed. I came very close to 1,000. This is a long way off 1,000. However, I won't be too disappointed if we don't survive the mines. But come and explore it with me when it launches. But right now I'm going to say thank you so much for watching. Thank you for joining me on my little treks. And I shall see you again very, very soon.